This story here is crazy. A restaurant owner is in jail now for giving jobs to illegal immigrants. Let's get into it.
A West Phoenix taco shop owner is in federal custody tonight, accused of knowingly hiring a dozen illegal immigrants at his business.
This is a story 12 News journalist Sean Rice first broke last week. He's back tonight with new details on this months-long investigation. Sean?
Yeah, Mark and Grebe, I imagine these are cases we are going to see more with a new administration in place. And the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona says 42-year-old Vladimir Angulo has operated his business, El Taco Loco, on the backs of illegal immigrants for the past 8 years. Court documents.
It is on the backs of these people, too, because as a person that was in the hospitality industry for over a decade, I have seen firsthand how many people that are illegal work in not only restaurants, but hotels and so many other businesses, and they are not getting good wages at all. They're getting the crappy end of the stick, and it helps these other corporations, small business owners, and other people get rich. It is crazy. It is literally crazy. It happens in construction. They pay their employees these crappy wages. They're all driving to the construction sites in their cars that they got for $500. And then you have the foreman who's hiring all these people that's driving a $150,000 lifted Ford F-350 with the lift kits, speakers, sound system, all kind of crazy stuff. Living in a mansion with a spiral driveway. Like, come on. It is crazy. It is happening. I hope everyone gets caught up for this, but we'll keep it going.
Claim Angulo knew what he was doing is illegal, and after a 4-month-long investigation by Homeland Security Investigations, it's landed both him and his employers behind bars. Since March, federal agents have been keeping a watchful eye over this property in Laveen near 63rd Avenue.
Look at their house. This is easily a $1 million house. Look at that driveway. Just like I said, they got the circular driveway. You know what I mean? The mansion, the little mini mansion. This is a nice house. Look, it's on some property too. That is probably an acre of land, possibly more than that. And they're paying their employees $9 an hour and bankrolling everything else.
In Baseline and this home near 16th Avenue and Southern in Phoenix. They were surveilling the owner and employees of El Taco Loco. It's a taco shop with a brick and mortar storefront, a food truck, and a food bus. Last week, investigators executed coordinated search warrants on both properties. They arrested the shop owner and his employees, all of whom the feds claim are not U.S. citizens.
The owner of the shop is accused of, smuggling and hiring people who are not American citizens. But that's under the federal government law, that's illegal.
Phoenix defense attorney Ben Taylor reviewed the 4-count federal complaint against the shop's owner, Vladimir Angulo. In it, investigators say Angulo employed 12 illegal immigrants in total, all of whom were seen working at his businesses, many of them paid in cash on a weekly basis.
I knew it. I knew it. I was just about to say, do you think they're paid in cash? Because not only is he bringing all these people in, he's paying them in cash to avoid taxes. This is how he's got the big house, man. This happens all over the place. I used to know a girl that her dad owned a staffing agency, and they were literally rich by by hiring all these illegal immigrants to come work in these hotels, man. Disgusting.
At Angulo's Laveen property, federal agents observed his employees living in recreational vehicles or trailers on his property. In one instance, an illegal immigrant told investigators he owed Angulo $12,000 for being smuggled into the United States. Angulo is now tasked with defending against an accusation he knowingly transported, employed, and protected his employees, who he knew had no legal way to work in the United States.
Defending these type of cases are very hard because it's a very strict law. If you're here in the country and you're here not with any sort of work visa or a citizenship, you can be deported back and found guilty in the court of law.
The punishment for a guilty verdict at trial, up to 10 years in federal prison and deportation back to Mexico, where Angulo and his employees were born. This kind of immigration enforcement a priority for the Trump administration as they zero in on other businesses who may be trying to skirt federal laws in favor of cheaper labor.
Angulo, you messed up, bro. You could have just hired regular American citizens and stayed successful forever. You had the whole bus, the food truck, and the brick and mortar business. You might not have got as rich as fast, but you would have had the longevity and you'd have been able to stay in the country, not facing 10 years, not facing deportation. You didn't get 12 other people deported. You would have been living a good life, probably driving a Lambo, chilling on the beach somewhere. But no, you threw it all away to get rich quick by hiring illegals. And not only that, you were charging them $12,000 to come over here. Then you give them a job, paying them cash, some crappy wage under the table. Bro, like this is all bad, all selfish, and all greed, all in one guy. Like, so he gets what he gets. It is what it is. But this is not the only place like this, and it's not just Hispanics. I guarantee you, all races of people that are coming over here are doing this same thing. They're bringing in their people over here that come over here illegally. They pay them under the table to avoid taxes so they can make more money faster and send it right back to their country. Unbelievable. How long is this going to keep going on? Hopefully, not too long. Hopefully, they can start putting the pressure on people. But there are a lot of businesses. There's an unbelievable amount of registered businesses. So this could take decades, but we'll see what happens. You guys drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. You're watching Unexplained Outlook, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.